Officially confirmed. In recent days, the space community has been buzzing with unofficial reports about SpaceX retrieving Booster 11 from the ocean floor. No longer just a rumor. Elon Musk himself has confirmed it's true. So, what did the condition of B-11 reveal when it was pulled from the depths? And what's the real reason behind SpaceX's decision to recover it? Let's find out in today's episode. A shocking piece of news shook the space industry on September 23rd. Elon Musk posted a striking image on platform X showing the recovery of Booster 11 used in the Flight 4 mission of Starship from the ocean floor. What's particularly notable is that prior to and following the launch of Flight 4, SpaceX had publicly stated they had no plans to recover this booster. Yet, with this recent event, it seems the company has shifted its strategy. The image Musk shared is nothing short of mesmerizing. It evokes the feeling of archaeologists discovering an ancient relic deep beneath the ocean. In the photo, we get a clear view of the severely damaged aft section of the booster. The outermost ring of the Raptor engines is still visible. Much of the internal structure is missing. Several of the recovered engines have severely deformed nozzles, and the booster's walls appear to be torn apart. The extent of the damage suggests it impacted the ocean or ground with significant force. Flight 4 of Starship took place on June 6th, yet it wasn't until several months later that SpaceX decided to recover Booster 11. This delay has sparked many questions and speculations within the space community. Why did the company wait until now to retrieve the booster? Initially, it's possible SpaceX intended to move quickly forward with preparations for the next integrated flight test IFT-5. However, as those preparations took longer than expected, the company may have realized that investing in the recovery of B-11 to gather more data for future flights was well worth it. The data gathered from examining B-11 could provide invaluable insights into the booster's performance, offering critical information that can be used to enhance the design for IFT-5 and future iterations of Starship. A closer look at the image shared by Musk reveals what many have suspected. SpaceX is primarily interested in recovering the Raptor engines. Starship's Flight 4 did complete its planned flight profile, but not without issues. Most notably, Booster 11 clearly ran into trouble near splashdown. Look at this. There was a fire. It seems like one of the Raptor engines may have exploded or something along those lines. In fact, Booster 11 hit the water at over 80 kilometers per hour, a much higher speed than expected. This incident certainly grabbed the attention of SpaceX engineers and might have been the driving force behind their decision to recover B-11 months later. Some speculate that SpaceX might be trying to prevent China from recovering B-11 to study and potentially steal its technology. However, don't worry too much. First of all, the booster fell within the U.S. exclusive economic zone, and it remains the legal property of SpaceX. Any unauthorized attempt to recover it could lead to serious legal consequences, including intervention from the U.S. Coast Guard or even the military. Moreover, if SpaceX was genuinely concerned about protecting its technology, they could have salvaged B-11 right after Flight 4. The booster landed in waters about 60 meters deep, well within the reach of modern recovery equipment. The fact that B-11 was left underwater for months indicates that SpaceX likely isn't too worried about any potential technology leaks. There are also a few other theories that might explain SpaceX's decision to recover Booster 11. First, SpaceX could be retrieving parts of B-11 to meet certain requirements set by the Federal Aviation Administration or the National Marine Fisheries Service. These agencies might need environmental impact assessments or safety analysis following the incident. Second, recovering B-11 might serve as a test to refine their process and technology for retrieving rockets from the ocean floor, an essential skill for future missions. Even if Booster 12 returns to the launch site in Flight 5, Starship will still be performing a soft water landing. What's really interesting is that speculation about SpaceX recovering Booster 11 began circulating as early as September 2024. Reports surfaced about the Ridgewind, a specialized offshore vessel, moving near the location where B-11 splashed down. What raised eyebrows was the declared purpose of the ship, to pick up divers. Yet it was equipped with a large crane on the rear, something definitely not required for a typical dive operation. Initially, this theory didn't stir much excitement within the SpaceX watching community. That was until SpaceX officially announced the recovery of B-11. In the final week leading up to the announcement, HOS Ridgewind, a 260-foot, 79-meter offshore support vessel, was observed anchored near the suspected impact point of Booster 11. B-11 holds a significant place in SpaceX's history. It was the first Super Heavy booster to survive the trip to space and return to Earth in relatively one piece, even though it ultimately splashed down in the Gulf of Mexico. The prolonged presence of HOS Ridgewind in the area, paired with the specialized equipment on board, solidified the belief that SpaceX had been conducting a secret recovery operation. Tracking the movements of the Ridgewind also revealed some fascinating details about the operation. Ship tracking services showed that Ridgewind departed the recovery site early Sunday morning. Its next course appeared to head toward Altamira, Mexico, before returning to Port Brownsville. This suggests a complex process in transporting and handling the recovered parts, potentially tied to unique legal or technical considerations. While the recovery of Booster B-11 is underway, Starbase is firing on all cylinders as it prepares for Starship's highly anticipated fifth test flight. Right now, both the booster and the spacecraft for Flight 5 have been stacked and are nearly ready for launch. SpaceX is just waiting on the final launch license from regulatory authorities to move forward with final rehearsals and the big launch itself. To enhance the stability and recovery process of the booster, SpaceX has introduced key improvements on Booster 12. Specifically, 6 new reinforcement stringers have been added at the stabilizing points, with 3 on each side of the socket where the stabilizer arms will lock onto the booster. Additionally, some of the reinforcement stringers have been extended and painted black, all designed to increase structural durability when the 80-ton Mechazilla arms engage with the booster. With every change comes a test, and as a result, on September 20th, the launch tower lifted the Super Heavy booster for Flight 5 to its intended catch height, a crucial test. This marks the first time in history that a fully assembled booster has been lifted to such a height, setting the stage for an ambitious recovery attempt in the upcoming flight. SpaceX has been relentlessly improving its chopstick system, recently upgrading the stoppers on the arms. Moreover, their engineers have focused on reinforcing the welds to enhance the system's ability to withstand the immense forces involved in catching and holding the Super Heavy booster during its landing. This is particularly crucial given the massive weight and kinetic energy of the booster as it returns to Earth. Additionally, it seems SpaceX has made significant investments in enhancing the sensor systems on the chopstick. The goal? To improve force control and minimize the impact of inertia when the arms make contact with the rocket's body. The upcoming Flight 5 test will mark the first time SpaceX attempts to catch the booster mid-air. With no previous real-world data from earlier attempts, their engineers are relying on simulations and theoretical calculations to prepare for a variety of potential scenarios. Despite the absence of specific data to fine-tune for possible issues, SpaceX is leaving no stone unturned in its quest to prepare for every eventuality. The stakes are high, and the excitement is palpable. Clearly, SpaceX is putting in immense work to ensure a successful booster catch during the upcoming Flight 5. The company is eagerly awaiting the flight to gather more data, which will drive further improvements to the design of the second launch tower and align with their long-term goals. Once they have more data, the next steps include installing the chopsticks and the quick disconnect hardware. While the FAA has slowed down the data collection process, this mainly affects the development of the rocket itself. In the meantime, every other aspect of the project is moving at lightning speed. SpaceX's momentum remains unstoppable, pushing forward with the next steps in this groundbreaking journey. All right. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth looks at the latest advancements in space technology. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.